Well, hello, we're live. Are we live? Can you hear myself? Let's see. Do. Hello, can you hear me now? Wow. Is that much better? I hope so. All right, so yesterday, I was struggling with the podman machine and getting it to work on a. That's interesting. Um, Look at this. Why aren't those merged? Anyways, I was struggling to get it to work on a situation where we've got let's see. So I've got my hello world environment here. And I was trying to run it in here with some of the basic commands that I have. For example, this guy. And it was freaking out because it was like, no, I don't want to run that. Let's see, it's right now it's 1, 2, 5, 3, 2, 2. So when I ran this yesterday, it wasn't working, but now it should be. Yay! And so the issue is that my podman machine, when it was originally built, did not have a specific volume to it. If I say pod list, my default environment that gets created when you install podman, if you say podman machine, let's see, inspect, and here, maybe even just in the init, it doesn't have, or sorry, it has the ability to set a volume. And then as I was trying to set it, I was using a string array, which looked like this guy here. This was incorrect. The correct way to give an array of these values is to give multiple -v flags. And so that was the ultimate fix. And so when I was trying to get the machine started and it was taking forever to load, it was actually just frozen because my config was wrong because I had this this guy here. And instead I actually needed this here. And so I switched that up and everything got started in seconds, not minutes. So now I've mounted my users directory on my external volume, which is just a big terabyte or 2 TB hard drive. And I can access everything, so I can move forward there. However, as I was doing that, I was making some good progress on this OKRs page. I think I'd like to continue, not the OKRs page, but this whole product page. I'd like to continue finishing this out since we got started on it, you know. And then I'm realizing that as I stand up or sit up, let's see here. See if I can fix my camera really quickly. Hello. I'll just give it a little tilt. There we go. Now we're cooking. Okay. So what I want to continue on is just fleshing all this out. So I've got vision, mission statement. The next thing that I wanted to have on here was the OKR section, which I have down here. And so OKRs will be a part of this page here on the challenges. And so when you go to this not refined state, what we're going to do is we have not yet, not ever, understanding, understood, met. And then I was opening up and I was defining the challenges template, I believe. Let's see. Oh man. Okay. So then the question is, well, what statuses should we have in challenges? Um, make a duplicate tab of this guy. Drop it over here. What I want to do is be able to see the stats at the same time. So the thing that I want to be able to do here is to document more or less the stages of documentation that you need to have. So this understanding, I want to break that down into more steps because I think there's more that can be done here to make this useful. It's like to understand, well, what are the things I want to understand every single time. So let's see here. Identify customer. I think that's a part of the understanding here. Identify the customer. I want to identify the reach and the impact, right? So not doing that, but like I'll say identify reach, identify impact, and then maybe the job, maybe just clarify the job to be done. I guess first thing of the challenge is to understand the reach of the challenge, understand the impact of the challenge. Identify the job to be done. And all of these could be their own little stage within this zone here. Let's see here. I'm just thinking. Let's see. Let's see. So I want active, just a better word to use for this. And then identifying reach. It's just a single verb with the ing in it that can tell me more or less, you know, what it is. What it is, you know. Let's see. Oh, that's interesting. Dun, 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 dun. Okay. Do I want this view? Huh. Yeah, let's close this too. All right. So I don't want to say reaching, not reaching. Let's see. So background. And so this will just be where we can describe the problem. Here, yeah. And then you know what we want to have is a another guy here for the persona. People are familiar with the persona and what persona would be applied. Um, so that means we need another table here. So go like this, database, empty database, personas. Okay, and you know, a persona will have a name. They'll have various other properties like an age range and um, just personalities and whatnot. But on the challenges, yeah, edit. I want a property here. Yeah. Just a relation. So in the same way they have an OKR, I want personas. And again, this one can just be one way. Like that. Where should this belong? So you got the OKR. Research probably comes up top for me on this. I don't know. Just in case there's anything that spawned this. And then personas, then OKRs. Just the order with which. Actually, no, this is the order. Research, then the OKRs evaluate, like, is this tied to anything that we're working on? And then the personas. All right, so we've got that in place. And so we're not done. We need to make this decision of what these individual sections are. So identify the customers, this will impact. And that's really it, right? And then here, this is identify how this challenge how important this challenge is to the customer it impacts. And here, this is kind of like requirements. It's like, okay, look, if you take on this challenge, what is the desired, like, what's the desired outcome? What will change for the customer? And for me, yeah, this is all, this is like the big things that we need. These are the big things that we need. And you know what? I'm gonna say that's back. What is a what tense is it? What tense is that? AI is gonna tell me. Present continuous tense. So is that correct? Let's read Grammarly. So present continuous tense for assessing. Okay, I like that. That's not bad. Let's do this. Assessing and evaluating. I mean, that gave me exactly what I was looking for. Assessing. Then they used evaluating this guy. Um, and I could just use that different word there, and I think that would actually be a win. So come over here, edit this guy. Assessing reach, evaluating impact, clarifying. Job to be done. I wonder if there's, like, is there any word that implies customer more? Probably not. Let's have identifying. We can identify, we're going to evaluate, we're going to clarify. Those are our statuses. So let's say status, rename that to lowercase status because that's my jam. We're going to say identifying. We're going to say evaluating or assessing. All right. Yeah. So you have identifying it, and I'm going to evaluate and verify. And so first this, then that. Delete understanding. We can give these different colors. So identifying, that's exploratory. That feels, what color does that feel to me? That feels maybe blue. It's like friendly, whatever. Evaluating green. Clarifying could be yellow. This is the good stuff. Let's see, when I bring clarity to something, what does that elicit for me? Clarity is actually blue. Evaluating, that's green to me, and then identifying as maybe more friendly. It's pink, purple. Let's go with purple. This is just the vibes it gives me. This still makes sense. It's understood. We know what's going on. And my work at this stage should be done. And so we have, this is kind of the pattern here. So these problems will be, and so what we could change this is to waiting for the solution. And then when the solution comes, you just re-add it back to the stack to not even that. It's back down here. Yeah, sure. Not yet, not refined. We're going to re-understand or confirm. Not confirmed. Something like that. This, if we had, yeah, it's fine. And so the idea behind this is that we wait for, so with this whole flow, it kind of works where staff starts with the research, it makes its way down to the product management side of things where they identify the customers, they evaluate the reach, they clarify the job, like what's going to happen, the desired outcome, they clarify the desired outcome. And this will then go to the solution stage where we're going to come up with an idea, we're going to uh, make sure that idea makes sense for the customer, and then we're going to move that to the next stage where we actually implement and deliver on that. The final stage is deliver. After it's all been delivered, um, what we want to do is make sure that what we had set out to do is being done. And yeah, basically, if we don't do that, then no, basically, yeah, that's what we need to do. So once we figure out what needs to be done, then we're golden. Then we, sorry, after we deliver, if we come back to here, we've put in this not confirmed, we have the product manager go back and say, okay, what is, now that it's deployed, what is the current situation? Does it still affect the same customer? Is this opportunity or problem still affecting the same customers? Um, is there more to be done, basically? Like, assuming it was like a problem, does the problem still exist? And if so, what is the new job to be done? Because we didn't quite meet it with our solution. This is like a check and balance to make sure that nothing just gets deployed to production and then, uh, lost. Because often what will happen is like people say, oh, we deployed this, it's solved. And then you forget about this problem until it gets brought up again. And this is a way to just circle back and make sure that we're good with it. And so with that, knowing that, I guess that's another thing that we'd want to do is turn all of this into a button, basically, so that I could have within a single challenge multiple evaluations of it, more or less. So we're getting closer and closer and closer, but one thing I want to do is do a little bit of prettying up on this. It's called a call out. I don't need the icon. Um, Background in here, and that in there. And do another call out. Identifying in here. And this guy. And identifying, if you look at our statuses, is purple. Let's go like this, color. At least for, I think, this guy. We want that to be purple. Boom. And, okay, I've made a mistake. Let's undo, 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 undo. Okay. Turn all these into toggle hydrants. Go. Let's change this guy to purple. This guy to green. This guy to blue. With pure water. And then pop you right in here. We got our background. Got this guy here. And our evaluating is in there. Our clarifying is in here. Just move this up here so that we still have a trailer on this. There we go. So now I've kind of got a little bit more of an organization here, and I can flesh these out in the near future as we need to. But pretty good start, and unfortunately, I think today's gonna have to be a short stream because I've got to get going with some of the family business for today. But pretty cool. We fleshed this out a little more, and hopefully this will start to look more and more and more helpful and impressive. Some more things I do want to have on here are reach and impact properties. Those will just help with prioritization past the OKR, right? It's like, what is like, if I had to give a number between a 0 and 10, what is that? So on and so forth. Oh, I guess one last thing is that let's see if we can turn this into a button. Call it the current challenge. Wow. Add challenge assessment. One button is clicked, insert blocks, and the blocks I want to insert are these guys here. And go ahead and click done. Yeah, we'll have to keep that space, but then see at today. And I think that will be good. I don't know that we'll be doing multiple assessments in a single day, so that should be good enough. And click done. And then that now becomes the whole thing. And so when someone clicks this, it creates a whole thing, and then we're good to go. All right. And then that'll enable us to do that reassessment later on. So with that, hope it's been good. Arco tab.